is I could do. So I prefer if you tell me what you'd like to see. The problem with showing the things that the senior men do, they're not always relevant to maybe the age you're coaching at. So I'm always reticent to just show you a practice because this is what we do, and it doesn't always transfer across. So if I told you that we spend so much time on how to hold the ball, how to carry it safely, catch and pass, although you can't always tell, and ball presentation and securing our own ball, that's like the core of everything we do, and we spend so much time on the simple things because we haven't got the speed that all the other countries have got. You know, we have one player, Justin Douglas, who if Justin doesn't score, then we have to grind it out, for want of a better phrase, which isn't always complimentary. But so keeping the ball and using the ball properly becomes really important to us. So we can't afford to give it away, and what we try and do is draw teams in and create space, and then the players have to see that and play. So it's in training outside of those core skill stuff, we do a lot of scenario plays. You know, what would we do if the defence is stacked like this and there's all that space? How do we use that without taking the defence across? If they've got more defenders and attackers, what do we do to manipulate the defence to create the space to do what we want to do next? It's not rocket science, it's common sense, but you've got to rely on the players, and you've got to give them that picture all the time and give them suggestions how to do it. So we also work on the other side of the ball. What do we do when the other team have got it? And we defend in a specific way, and everybody has a job. The one thing I always say to the players wherever I coach is everybody's in it. It's not just the guy with the ball. All 7 play at once, and it's about bodies in motion, particularly when we have the ball. Just like a magician, you know, he tries to get your eyes over here, and then the bunch of flowers comes up over there. It's the same deal. We try and get everybody on the move so that all their team has to defend. And if too many of them defend one thing, we have to take the opportunity, which is easy to say but not always easy to do. So Khalil said he had some suggestions about the breakdown, and which is really important to us. So I can show some without, you know, we don't do any body on body stuff. It's about technique, but I'll show you about how important working the floor is to us. So we'll do some of those practices and drills, which are really key. I'll show you just some basic warm-up decision-making things that we do. What else was there? Yeah, I'll show you how we set the defence up. You know, and certain players are key to us because we want to corral the attack. So I'll explain what we do there and how we set up and what we try and do. Yeah, we don't do much drift defence, but I'll certainly talk about that. So anything else you want to ask me, and how do we approach it? I'll give you my version, but you know, it's just my version. It doesn't mean it's the right version. You've got to. Is based around the players we have. You know, as I said, speed's not a big part of what we do, so we can't play. Get wider and deeper and get it out to a Perry Baker type player because we haven't got that. So we have to play a specific way based on the players we have. And if I had to give any advice, it would be have a game plan that suits your players, not the other way around. You know, don't try and do something that you aren't capable of. We're good? Don't be afraid to chip in and ask or question, because just because I say it doesn't mean it's right. So on this side, if you're a number 1, come here. If you're number 2, stand there. It's all complicated stuff. And on this side, you got to do the same. If you're a number 1 at this side, if you're number 2, stand here. Are we done? All good? So we're going to play. This team's going to play against this team to start. This team against this team. It's like a version of piggy. So this team's going to attack first, and this team's going to be the defenders. You're going to attack in your game, and you're going to defend. So we'll just demonstrate with this group. So here we are. Who's the attackers? This team. Right. So we're in between the blue cones and the orange and purple. This square, the field, right? And you can spread anywhere you like in the field. Stand on the outside of it here. So we do this not because it's a fun game, but because support play is the key to what we do. So just getting people to support the ball carrier. It's not the man with the ball that's important, it's everybody moving off there and checking where the defenders are. Come on, keep going, keep going. Same deal. Right, who's the defender? Who's the first defender? Yep, okay, here we go. Go get 10. They've been knocked down, you've thrown the ball away, so that would mean that that team now attack. But we'll give you a chance. Bring a second defender in. Can't run with the ball. Okay, change it around, that team attack. If you throw the ball away, you change defence. You can't stand still, don't stand still anybody.
9, 10, defender, 1, 2, we had a defender in.
I'll ask you, how do you think you could, if you were an attacking team, what are the things you should, what makes it, pardon?
Movement constantly. Like
Always on the move. What about if you haven't got the ball, what should you be thinking? Yeah, make yourself available. Well, what else should he be doing? Yeah. What about those cheats on the other team that want to take the ball off you? What should you be doing about them? Yeah, I saw this team here, they got to 10, and the 10th pass was right on the line where the next defender was just going to step in and grab. You've got to think about playing the game, but with the defence. So it's a game of communication, movement, support, but you're also thinking about the next play at the same time. All right, that's all it is. So this next one is about communication and about decision making and about thinking ahead. So I need 6 players. Any 6 players? Start passing the ball while I explain. No, don't move. Just keep passing. So when I whistle, whoever has the ball runs up to the red and blue cone, that line there, touches the line, turns and tries to score on the 40-metre line there behind. Right? The guys on either side of him go with him as support, and the other 2 run back to the 40-metre line and become defenders. We got that? If the ball gets at the end and I whistle, it's the 2 guys on the inside. Dead easy. Yep. Go back to the front. Yes, that's all right. 40's the try line. Next 5 in. Any 5, doesn't matter, boys and girls, don't matter. So you got that. Whoever has the ball on the whistle runs to this line. The person on either side goes with them. So what does that mean if you're a player? What do you have to do?
be aware.
You got to be aware. Now, whoever did that there then did it on purpose so I could make that point. You can't afford to switch off. You're in the game all the time. All right? Know your position. Whenever the ball is, what do I do? Ready, go. Keep passing. Back to the 40. You gotta go. Yeah. No. So, if you're an attacker, what would you say to those 3 guys? Think about speed and. Anybody play music? Anybody a musician? What one of the things in music that does it all go at the same speed?
No.
Yeah, tempo's important. Rugby's just like music. It flows, it goes quicker, it slows down. Sometimes you can't get all set to play. It's not that beats you, it's change of speed. Right? Get there, slow down and then down, get yourself set. So next 5 in, let's get some girls in, come on. Time and then we'll change the rules ever so slightly. Ready, go. Remember, get yourself set, attack when you come back. Defenders, you can be aggressive and come off the line and fill the space. Right, get yourself set now, get yourself set. Oh, nice. Rules change time, but you can set them up there. Okay, so this time, the ball has to call 2 names, and those 2 people go with him. If your name's not called, you go back up. You ready? Spread out, get passing, got it? Right. The ball.
Nice, Chris. I'm on your left.
All right, so right, next 5 in the middle. Next, everybody who knows everybody, and there's still about communication. So if you're smart, you've already worked out 2 names you're going to call before you get the ball, but that never works. Good work, that's all right, good effort. All right, last little change this time before we move on to the next bit. Okay, this time, when I whistle, whoever has the ball calls 1 name. Whichever name he calls, that person has to call another name. And those 3 go and attack. The other 2 go to the back. You got that? So on the whistle, if you've got the ball, call 1 name, that name calls another name, and they're the attackers. All right, let's go and spread out. Let's go. Come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You only need 5 in. Spread out, boys, spread out. Slow it down. In the next 5 in, ready? Same deal. Yeah. You only call 1 name. You got to know the rules. You've just handed possession to the other team. You just call 1 name. That's good. So we use that to get sessions going. Like I said to you, it's amazing. We want people to think ahead. And as daft as that little drill is, it's a 3v2, but it's doing things a little different. We want players to anticipate what's going to come next. And if you're a really smart player, when you have to call 2 names if you get the ball, you should have those 2 names ready before you even get the pass. If it's 1 name, you should know if it's my name called or a whistle goes, I've got 1 name I'm going to call. You've already worked out in advance what you're going to do. And you guys are no different, and girls from the senior men's team, who are all good friends and me do it every day, they still stumble and call the wrong name or run in the wrong direction. You've just got to know in advance what's going to happen. So anticipation and trying to make things as game related as we can becomes important. The other thing about is about tempo and flow. I don't know if you heard what I said to them before about it's like music, the game flows, and when you slow down it's going to be because you're going to speed up next, because it's not speed that kills, it's change of speed. You know, the really fast players hurt you when they slow down, you slow down with them, and then they accelerate away. So think about tempo there, get yourself set and ready to attack. Same with if you're in defence, get yourself set, ready to go. If you find you've got somebody who's been a bit slow today and they haven't got back to defend, then there's a time to really attack because the defence is broken. So it's looking at what's in front of you. So there's a bit more to it than just a daft game. So another version of that, we're going to go this way, so just come back down here a sec. I put that many cones out, I can't remember where here we are. So we need 3 players, here we are, 3 players between the 2 orange cones with the ball. And 2 defenders on this white line, everybody else just stand back here because we'll do this just with one group so everybody can see. Who's the 2 defenders? Alright, you're facing that way then, you 2. So, you're facing this way. I don't want you to run the cameraman over, but on my whistle, you're going to pass the ball till you get to the blue cone, you come round that, and then this bit here is where you can score. So you're going to pass between you running up, round there, and score there. These 2 are going to defend. When I blow the whistle for them to start, one of you decide which one, runs to the line where the blue and red is, touches it, comes back here. As soon as you get back, you can go forward and defend. So the quicker you pass and get round the corner, the more room and time you're going to have. If you're too slow, you'll be there and back and beat you. Ready? Don't look at them, run. You've got to get back. You've got to get back. That's all right. If you don't lose the ball, it's a win. So what we're looking for in this is, again, it's anticipation and seeing where the defence is. Good skills going up here, but as you're going around the corner, you're aware of what the defenders are doing. If you know they've got someone really quick and he's already back in place, you've got to have that in mind that they might be coming off the line quickly at you. And where's the best place to put the ball? Where's the best place to attack? If it's somebody who's not quite sure, what's your name? So Shimon did that. He wasn't sure. If you were a smart attacker, you've already worked out that he's going to be slow to get back. The defence might not be as aggressive. You can put the foot down and attack, or you might attack where he's not. All right, so you need to be aware of that. So let's have another 3 attackers, another 2 defenders. Quick, we'll just do this a couple of times and then move on. One man said, it's over there, we attack. The guy with the ball just had his head down and played straight to where the defender was, not where the defender wasn't. So that's what we're looking for, right? So another 3 attackers, another 2 defenders. Girls, don't be shy, I need a group of girls up next. You ready? Go! Oh, he's quick, he's already back, he's beaten you. Oh, nice attack. Okay, girls in, quick. Well, who's doing the running first? Who's going to? Okay, ready? Go! Quick hands, and again, and again, and again. Good day, good talk. Okay, next group in this time. This time, as soon as the attacking team get past the blue cone, this other defender can go forward and attack if he wants. The guy so it's still the same thing, one guy runs out there, but he can't defend until he gets back. But that guy stood on the line, if he wants to, can race out and attack. It's up to you. Now that's your choice. It's all about choice. 3 attackers, 2 defenders. In. Ready? Go! You can go as soon as they get round that line. Oh, nice play. That's good work by the defence. Who were the defenders in? Wait for them to get back. That's good stuff. No, just do once more and then we're finished. So we'll just do it again once more. 3 attackers, 2 defenders. So whoever's left on the line, you can go if you want to. Ready? Go! Go out, go now, go. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, so it's decision making, but everything has to have a purpose, right? So what am I looking for from the attackers? What's the first thing I'm looking for? Good catch pass. Then what am I looking for? Somebody said it. Recognise where it's. So on that last one, I was looking for one of the attackers to look across and just to see what the defenders were doing. Then you've got to make your decision based on what the defenders are doing. Defenders, what would I want from the defenders? Yeah. Up together, togetherness, right? Whatever you do, do it as a group. Don't try and do it as a one-man band. All right? Good stuff. Right, you lay on his legs as you tackle him. Lay down. No, Eric, you're on your feet. Lay on his legs. Lay on top of his legs. Like, lay flat until you hold the ball. All right. You stand here. So all we're going to do is ball presentation. I don't know if you heard what I said to the coaches. It's a key to us. We have to keep the ball. So when you tackle, you've got to make it as easy for the play to be speeded up as possible. So if you just get tackled and fall down and push the ball back, you're giving the opposition too much of a chance. So working the floor is really key. 7s or 15s, doesn't matter which one. So this player's just going to lay there. He's a lump. He's just made the tackle. He hasn't moved away that quick. This player's got the ball. Imagine Eric's there as scrum half. We've got to get the ball back to him as quickly as possible. So all I want you to do is to work your body right round and then place the ball between his legs. Can he go further than that, do you think? Man, I'm 106 years old and I've got better flexibility than that. Now, imagine like you're really young and agile and push yourself right round. Right, that's it. So that's what we're looking for. However, the thing about opposition is they cheat and they try and take the ball off you. So you don't stick the ball out until the last second. So you work yourself right round, and then when Eric says yes, go on, work around, keep the ball in, keep it, and then as soon as the ball's there, it says yes, you place the ball out. What I want the person in Eric's position to do then, keep hold of it, just to test them that they've got good grip, is just to give it a little tap. And then he's done that, go back to the middle, Eric will run around this side, you keep laying there, you're doing a good job, get back to the middle. Right, and then do the same on the other side. Right round.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh shit.
So, and then you say, oh shit. So, I want each person to do 3 jackknives like that. Now, I meant what I said, it's all about working the body. That's the reason we do core work. Everybody talks about having a strong core. This is what you need. You've got to work yourself right round, then long and strong. Right, you can't just lay there like a slug. Everybody have a go at being the layer on top of her, which is an official thing. Also be the scrum half and have a go placing the ball. Alright, find yourself a little space. So you don't have to wait for me. As soon as you set, work the floor. Whoever stood up, just say go. Work. That's it, it's cool. Don't make it easy for him. Yeah, you can do one either side, yeah. Just do one either way. Work hard. You got to say push it out. That's it. Work. You're too heavy for it. Yeah. Work as hard as you can. Hard as you can. Go. That's it, go. Keep the ball in. Don't try not to dangle the ball out, because that's when you lose it. Remember, there's always lots of bodies in the breakdown and people with feet that get in the way, so keep the ball secure till the last second. Push. What you can do, honestly, they cheat other teams, and if you just keep the ball out there, they'll take it off you. Keep the ball in there. Can you get right round to him, lay on his legs? Get right round and don't push it out until he tells you to. Go. That's it. That's the baby. Keep the ball in, work the floor, push it out. Do it. Keep the ball in.
Ball.
Honestly, is that as much? Can you only bend that bit? Get right up there. Yeah, as jackknife as far as they can. Right. Go on, work right round. Work.
Wait.
No.
Yeah, give me ball.
Honestly, see these things, these can move as well. He's not that heavy. Work yourself right round. You've got to work yourself round all the way. That's the one. Oh, 9 if they can, 9, yeah. Okay, so I wish we had some film I could show you just how important this is, and whenever people lose the ball in contact, if they manage to keep hold of it, it's always because they haven't worked the floor. Always. There's no like grey area, it's a fact. Hit the floor, work back. If you ever watch Australia play 7s or 15, well, they're fantastic how they get round. You know, we work really hard at it and we're nowhere near as good as them. So important. And then put the ball out at the last second. That's where grip becomes important. So we can do this in twos. It doesn't matter if you've got a ball here. You two guys here. Kneel down on this line facing each other. Right, you know that's then. Hold the ball. So I want you, when I whistle, to turn and place the ball at my feet. I'm your support player. So just right, imagine, don't you move. Right, so you ready? Turn. Place. Now, it's easy when there's nobody there. On the whistle, so come back up. On the whistle, he's going to try and grab him. So it's a wrestle. Now, you can do it as long as you, but you remember once he gets around you, there's going to be a release call, but ready? Work, 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 work. Place it out. Great stuff. Think we can do that? So we'll do it all on this white line here so everybody can see. Like leave 5-10 feet between you and the next pair. We can do it on this line at the back for some of them. So we're all going to go on my whistle. If you've got a ball, you're on this side. If you're a wrestler, you're on this side. Remember, if you haven't got a ball, you can do it without a ball. You just have to turn and twist. Are we all clear on what we need to do? If you haven't got a ball, we can do it without a ball. Come in here. One of you pretend to be the guy with the ball. All right? All you've got to do is wrestling. Are we ready? Go. Turn. Place. Good stuff. If you've lost the ball, you've failed. So what we're looking for the ball carry, what's the trick? What's the technique? What do you need to do? Right, so first of all, good grip. We've got the ball here. What body movement do you do? So do you just turn around like this and then try and put it down? What's the yeah, so it's again, so we'll go back to that core. If I hadn't have eaten all these wings with Khalil, I'd be demonstrating this. It's twist and then go. So don't try and turn your whole body. You've got to rip away, just like imagine you're being tackled. You rip away and then you push out and you place the ball. Your partner's going to just he's trying to make a tackle and hold you up. Once the ball carrier's elbows on the floor, you can let go. Ready? Go! Oh. Place. Good stuff. No kissing. After. You've got to twist. So, right, twist the waist, and then, so once he grabs you, right, so twist, no, twist, then twist, now grab him. Now you can go down to the floor, now he's got to let go, then you can place. Ready? Twist. One more time. Change, make sure everybody gets a go. It's twist, so that when he grabs you, you can rip away from him. Twist early. Ready? Twist. Oh man, you've got it, you can't touch it once you're on the floor. Great stuff. So, let's put that into a more of a game perspective. This isn't about how can we smash them, it's about technique. So, you can go on your knees if you want to for this. We'll make it as non-contact as possible. So, this player, you stand next to me. You're going to pass the ball in, go around him, make the tackle. Now you've got to work the floor, just like we've just done there. He's going to roll away. You're going to come round, get the ball. You're going to come round the other side and just like, I don't want you to take the ball. I just want you to go down on it. All right. Yep. Oh, and I just want you to come in and push him. That's all I want you to do. Right. So we'll just go through that in one go. I'll explain what it is I'm looking for. We've got the pads, haven't we? Can one of you just run and get a pad while somebody just get a pad while I'm talking? All right. So you ready? We'll do it at speed. You're going to secure the ball, you're going to come in and just push it. All right, ready? Fast as you can. Make the tackle, work the floor, work the floor. So, this is the bit we're looking at, but we've also got an eye on this now. So, we've got the ball, he gets on there, all the way into push. Now, is he in the best position he can be? Would you say? I'm starting to think I should come back out and play because I think I'm more agile. Right, put your hands on, get your knees, bend your knees, right down, down. Right. So we're looking for seriously because I'm going to bring a pad in now, and this player's going to hit with a pad and just try and clean you out. You get one shot, right? It's a free shot too. Right, so let's do it at full speed without me talking. Right, so if you don't get down, he's going to come in and just try and whack you. If you're in a good position, you won't even know he's there. All right, ready? Work the floor, work the floor, work the floor. Yeah. So, I think we're all being too nice. He's just worked the floor perfectly. You've got to be over the top of him like a rash. Right, you can't wait, you've got to be straight in there over the ball. Don't wait, if he's not there in time, just go for the ball. Right, one more time, we'll just try it, then we'll split everybody up. This is fantastic work on the floor though, this is what we've just been doing. Alright, ready? Work the floor, work the floor! Oh man, awesome. I think we should go home, it's as good as it gets. So, we'll take it in turns, about 10 or 11 players stay here. Another 10 or 11 in this grid here where the coaches are stood. The deal about this practice is sometimes in a game you're going to get tackled, and you know you're going to get tackled. There's nowhere to go, without running back towards your own line. So you've got to think, I'm going to get tackled, but I need to do it on my terms. So you're already anticipating as you tackle that you like we did in that one where twist and get ready to go. You're already thinking, I'm going to get tackled, but I'm going to get tackled in such a way that I can get the ball back. So don't get tackled and then suddenly realise I've got to turn and do it. Think about it as you're going down that you're already working. Makes it really easy then for the people who are supporting. Good stuff. So, you remember, sometimes in a game that you've got to be tackled. You think there's nowhere for me to go here. What am I going to do? You can either run back to your own line, or you think I've got to take this tackle and set it up for the next play. So it's about anticipation. So as you're taking the ball in, you're already thinking, I'm going to set the play. So like I said over there, when the whistle went, you had to twist first. So you're already in position to get yourself back. Same here. Take the tackle, and as you're being tackled, you're already thinking, I'm working the floor. I'm trying to turn my body around. Don't get tackled, go down, and then try and do it all, because that becomes really hard. Right, so think. It might look as though you're giving making it easy for the defence, but you're actually drawing them in and setting the play when we can play on the next one. Right? So try that. You're thinking floor, you're thinking floor, you're thinking floor. Oh, I tell you what, it's as good as it gets. Remember, you're supporting him, you took him out well, though. Right? That's great stuff. You've got to win the floor. Win the floor already. Win the floor. Have you ever seen Coming to America? Sexual Chocolate. That's what that was. That was absolutely awesome. That's it. Take the tackle, win the floor. It made himself so long it was hard not to get the ball back. Yeah. Now, so Nigel just asked about communication. Who do you think decides what? Who? He's already seen that you're going in for the ball, that you're taking the ball in. You want to know you've got somebody there, so you've got to tell him, right? So you've got to tell him you're with him, right? But as soon as you know that, your whole reason for being is getting along. And so you hit the floor, you know he's there, you turn and twist. It's when you hit, if he hears nothing, he doesn't think he's got any support, he's going to try and stay on his feet as long as he can, and then you'll try and plough your way through, right? But you're the key person, right? So, what about communication? Nigel just asked a great point. Who's the key? Who's the key person? Now, the support guy. The guy with the person with the ball only takes a tackle and works the floor as fast as they can when they're confident they've got somebody with them. What's the point of doing a great work and placing it back and there's nobody in cooey? Because they'll just walk through, pick it up and walk away. See, the only place where no talk actually works is on the planet Vulcan. Because if you ever watch Star Trek, Mr. Spock, they do it by mind transference. They don't need to talk. However, I don't think we've got that facility, so you need to speak. Right? You have to say, I'm with you, and that player can work the floor knowing that there's support there. It only works that way. So one last thing on being quick to the ball and support. A little game to finish. So I need, since we've only got 4 pads, we'll have 4 players. When I whistle, now the 4 pad guys will be behind each other, right? 4 pads in a straight line, 4 without there. When I whistle, you're going to run out and get over the ball. You're going to get that side and take him out. And until I whistle again, you can keep bashing away. On the second whistle, you run and do the same at the next, and the next pair come out to the first ball. Right, so let's imagine I've whistled. Ready? Yeah. Go. Run out. Get down. No, that's it, yeah, and smash. Right, just have a one go. Keep. All right. Then I'll whistle again, and you go on there. If you go off your feet, you won't get a chance to go in. All right, that's it. So what we're going to do, it's a race, and I know we're jumping from ball presentation to ceiling, but it's needs must. All right. So on the whistle, the first defender will run out with a pad. The support player will get there. So this is all about body position. Right. If you're down, I know we haven't done this, but you've just, it's a bit of a take for granted. We've worked on it. What we're looking for is securing this ball. As soon as he's over the top of you, can you put the ball out? Right? Now, you've got to get yourself in such a position, 1 foot back, head down, that no matter what he does, he can't knock him off. I wouldn't shot him. Right? Fantastic. I only want the pad man to have one go, stand back, and if you want to have another go, you can. But because on the next whistle, you've got to do the same there. Right? It's a race first there. Go. 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 Don't come off your feet. Go. 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 All right. Come. So what we do is we build it up all the time, and we never do any full-on stuff. It's all about technique, and we spend time on where's the back foot, and I don't care whether you play for Canada or you play for, whatever team. It's so relevant to the game, 7s or 15s. Having the right technique and just making sure we get that. So before you do all the run plays and drift defence and do we do blitz attack and do we, all the fancy moves, you have to be able to catch pass, but you've also got to be able to secure your own ball. Because at some point they're going to tackle you. And it might be that you play the way we do, where we want to invite tackles so we can draw people in and move the ball away. If we don't win the floor and have the ball presented, it's just been a waste of time. So it is important for everybody. It's not enough to be big, strong, tough and good looking like me. You have to have technique to go with it. Right? You've got to be the right person to do the right job, because there is an I in team, and I will do the little thing that makes everybody else look good. I could show you, and Doug will tell you, Liam will say, we celebrate the people who do the little things that nobody can see. Like when Canada won the cup in Singapore, the winning try came from Isaac Kay smashing Danny Barrett, who was is the self-confessed biggest, toughest man in World Sevens. He smashed him off the ball to win back a ball we thought we'd lost, and we scored the winning try. When we looked at the game afterwards, we celebrated Isaac's clear out as the big part. That was the winner of the game for us. Not the tries, not anything else, not the conversions. It was that clear out that was so important. So it's really key. So that's the technical stuff on the breakdown and how important it is. What do we want to do next? Sorry, go. Yeah. Yeah.
Get his hands off the player.
No, we go for security, so it's all about being you're binding onto your own player. He's just like a fly you need to ignore.
So if he comes in, we don't release him and
no.
tackling him. We keep working.
Yeah.
With him. Just stay on.
And even if nobody comes in, you'd still be down in position just in case they try and counter up. Sorry, that's a good one. And we make a big deal about decision making in the breakdown, about not wasting a bullet. By that means we don't have to go at every breakdown. There's sometimes their floor works so good that it's not worth getting involved because you just take yourself out of the game. So imagine we're a smart defensive team. We've got a man on the blind side because they've only got one on the blind, and we have what we call our boot, and he's the guard. He stands back and he'll take the scrum half whichever side he goes. So we like to think we've got that covered. The next defender will always be just 3 paces away. We'd never leave such a big gap. Even if they're out here, we'll always try and stay one man tight around the breakdown. You're our sweeper. So we've got a sweeper in. So who do you think is the key defender then? Imagine the attack, they're all lined out this way. Who's our key man defensively? Who would you say? Have a guess. This man. This is our attack dog always. Second to end man. Right, they've got all the speed out here. So we've edged out a little bit. You come out a bit further. You stay in there where you are. What we want this guy to do is go up as far as he feels able. He leaves everybody behind because we want the attack to come back inside because that's where we've got 4 players. So our second to end man always comes up first. The reason why Justin Douglas is one of the best players in the world, but also won the, I don't know if you say, he won the DHL Tracker Award for the best all-round player. He's the best in the business at this. He gets up and the attack get the ball and they look up and they see he's already halfway in the line, and it nearly always forces them back in. If they decide to go, he might just back off a little bit and the winger will come up and then they'll try and push them to the sideline. Now the reason he becomes the attack dog is because if the ball does go out, his job is to chase the ball carrier. Right? So even if the ball's going out to the winger, he'll go up and he'll keep chasing the man with the ball. This part of the team moves up, so Eric, you're up here. If they decide to step back inside him, they'll run back into Eric and all the troops. If they go outside, he'll keep on chasing. The winger will just soften off on the outside, and if pass back, he'll move up and make a tackle. But we just work the second to end man all the time as being the most important, no matter where we are on the field. Sometimes if we're short on numbers, we'll try and get them to push to the outside, and then we'll play our push defence. Do you want a demonstration of how we break that down? All right, so just give me 5 attackers. There's the breakdown. We'll come right up here. Right. Ready?
Balls up.
That's all right. Now remember what I said about catch and pass at the start. If you can't do it.
Right. No.
So, I don't know if you saw that. So this is the flaw in it if you don't do it properly. So, this bit of the team came up, Eric was here.
far, it leaves a big hole here. So his job is about taking space, but it's about taking the space he thinks he can do. And that's where it becomes an art, not a science. If the ball's slow, you only want to go far enough to make it push on it. So if he gets the ball, if he's got the ball, I'm going to force him in here to Eric and the rest of the defence. If he gets the ball there and passes it out, so it's a decision from this block. Your job, you know he's going to come up, and you know he's going to try and force him back in. So you three have got to go far enough to know that.
Right.
What's up?
Go inside.
That's alright. We hate show-offs. That's good stuff. But you see but we call that a win. The fact that the ball carrier got the ball and then ran across the field would be a win to us. What we don't want is to take the ball. If you run across, you're going to run across into traffic. Right, so you guys did a great job there. And Eric, you said, do you want us to be conservative? And yes, we do. That guy's taking the space there, coming up. He's still coming forward and filling the space, but they're seeing what's going to happen first. If the ball goes out to the wing, you're going to go. Step back inside, you're already in position to make a tackle. Yep. It's easy when we talk about it. Change position then.
Go ball.
You don't have to go forward and make the tackle. If you think you're not going to get there and stop it. Ready again?
That's when you're right.
Balls up. So, that's always the worry. What was everybody else's job? We're all worried about the second to end man, but everybody has a job here. This bloke, he doesn't care what happens over there, he only cares about this bit. You're talking to him and telling him you've got him inside, you're just worried about this. Everybody here is worried about their bit. Everybody goes forward before they go across, just like in 15. So you've got to do your job. Just because you think Perry Baker's out there or Sonatla or some other fantastic speedster, worry about this thing first. One more time.
That's when you're right.
Balls up. Okay. The other thing about defending in sevens, and I know we tried push everything, if they go out wide, there's only one place. If they're not going to go through, the other place back to the center. So you've got to come forward. Putting that effort in, even though the chance of the ball coming back are minimal. You get to here, so if they've got the ball on the outside, return button to play, and they can see the defensive ball So let's look at the outside three. So we'll have all the players there, and everybody can have a go at this. Everybody's job here. Defence, what's everybody's job? What's job number one? What's job number one? Make sure they don't score this bit, like we did before. Then, where do we want them to play then? Where would we like them to pass the ball so we can work as a unit? Do you want them to play here? Or do you want to push them up to the side? Right. So you push out. You just stop them off. So again, it's that second to end man becomes really important. The winger, Eric, in this instance, he's like the. We've got a sweeper in here, but he's the safety valve. Same deal here. You're going to go up as far as you feel you can, and then wherever the ball is, you're going to chase hard out. You're just going to soften off, step in when you feel you need to. All right. So even if we're short on numbers, we'll always try and have a man in the safety.
This is the key guy, second to end man. Ready? That's a great win. A great win for the defence. Let's have a different attackers, 5 different defenders. And if you need to. So go up as far as you can. You've got to talk, you've got to stay on his inside. And if they pass the ball out, you've got to chase after the ball carrier. And you've got to push up then. Alright, ready? Great stuff. One more time, then we'll change the defenders and attackers. Quick, let's get the ball back. Go. It's great defence, but we're putting pressure on the skills. Let's go again, let's go again, let's go again.
Go, go, go!
Oh.
Yeah, with you.
Great work. Remember what I said about doing your job? Think about this bit before you go out. What you can do, even if you're short on numbers, it's about having a key defender just like you have a key attacker. So that whoever's second to end man in open play is our key man. He'll come up, even if he's just on his own, he'll run up as far as he feels he's able to before he starts to back off.
Depending on the speed and width.
Yeah. Man, you might only come 3 or 4 steps, but whatever you do, you go far enough just to hold the foot. And all the defence is wrapped around him. So that we're on the outside, he only joins in if he feels he needs to. But it's really hard to beat that defender. You come up, you've got to back off, and then you chase the ball and make them do something they don't want to do. They might not want to pass the ball out wide, but you make them do it. He keeps pushing, yeah. And the hardest thing to get that defender to do is to, and this is a key bit, is to make him chase the ball and be stepped. Because if the winger, using his speed, and I come flying across, I'm that second man, human nature makes you want to stop to make the tackle. What we want him to do is to try and either go that way or stop and come back inside. And because if he does that, he's coming back to where all our troops are. So it's making him do that. We'll try one more, then we'll change again. Ready? Chase, chase, chase! That's the one. Great stuff. 3 of you, just 3 of you, either side. No, right, so 3 of you. Yep. So this is one of the best games you can ever do. I didn't even tell you to do that. That's perfect. When I whistle, the ball carrier is just going to back off like this, and everybody's going to go back with him. The 2 guys on the outside are going to sprint to the 10-metre line. Was it to the 10? It's a long way. And then race back. And as soon as you get back on the second whistle, you can pass the ball whichever side you want. The only rule to start with is the ball has to be passed to the winger on your side. So if he goes that way, it's got to go out to the girl on the wing. If it goes this way, it's got to go out to the boy on the wing this side. Once it's there, you can play. You've only got 3 defenders in front of you. So the idea on this is that there are 7 attackers. And on the first whistle, the ball carrier will start to back off. And the 3 defenders in the middle will follow and just maintain that 10-metre distance. The 2 guys on the outside have got to race to the 10-metre line, touch it and come back, and they can join in play as soon as they're back in the defensive line. That means that those 3 guys in the middle have got to push and hold the defence until troops arrive, just like you would in a sevens game where you chase across and you've got to hope the cavalry will come and save you. The only restriction on the attack on the second whistle, the ball carrier can pass the ball to whichever side he likes, but the ball has to travel to the winger before play starts. So it's got to be pass, pass, pass. Those 3 defenders will come across and try and hold. Or if it goes to the far side, same thing. Quick hands to the outside, those 3 will try and push in. So what I've told the middle man is that
crucial second one we've just talked about. The guy on there who'll be the winger will soften off. That second man will push in. The third guy will come across and we'll try and corral them in a corner and hold them, just like we would in a sevens game, or whichever side. You ready? Pass on the second whistle.
We're up. Yeah, nice pass.
Come.
Okay. Like I said, catch passes in. Okay, one more time, we'll try again. Quick, great defence. Remember how important that middle man is. You might want to do what they don't want to do. Ready?
Yep, we're up.
Tackle there. Go down and play it. Go down and play it.
Come on, shift! Aaron, come!
Why did we all race up? Why did we leave a big hole? Got to think it through. Right, another different attackers, different defenders. If you get tackled, just go on the floor, place the ball like we've just done. Play away. Ready? Play, pass it out wide. Tackle that. Play it. Place the ball. You were second to a man, you've got to come up and take the space when the ball was to you.
The point is that it's to demonstrate that 3 players can hold a team of 7 if they're organised. So you don't need to make the tackle, you've just got to force them to where they largely keep the rest of your defence. So make the tackle. So that's where you can work on that second defender from here.
I'm not doing it.
All you need to do is move up. It's doing it even though you feel it's not the right thing to do. Coming forward, taking space. Do I need to know I can come back, or do I need to go forward and tell? But it's practice. It's making people comfortable with what you're doing. One more time. Right. So you've got to go right to the line.
I know what you're saying earlier.
You can come back. That was great. You know when, like, let's just, you tackle them on that side, pass it back out like we did before. Whoever's second from the end has to go up, and then he can always back off. And at the end, they soften off. Yeah, once the ball starts putting out, you start chasing, he'll soften off. It goes that way. You chase and he'll soften off. 10 metre line. If the ball goes that way, he'll go forward. Enough on the outside.
So it's just to let me know to shift down.
Yeah. Tackle! Work the floor! That's all right. So, you were second to end man then. What was your job when the ball was coming back out? You've got to go up and take space, yeah. All right. We'll come back in, that's all right. We'll just... Come on. We'll come back in. I'm trying to simplify something that we do over and over again, and
we spend ages trying to do it, so it's hard to just to try and simplify it. It's not so much just like you can manipulate them when you have the ball, you've got to try and manipulate them when they have the ball, and trying to get them to do something. If it gets to the outside, you've got to push them back in, stop them, come back round, and then you come on. If you can push them hard enough to make them come back into where all your defence is, then the same thing, because it's all about skill. That's basically, it's everything we do revolves around that second to end. We try not to. There's lots of teams that slide. Kenya, we play week in, week out. All they do is slide from side to side, and they're the ones we attack through. So, is anything? I hope I've made that more complicated than it actually is. That's the principle there. Is there anything else? Or any questions?
Actually, I've got a quick question. You just mentioned about Kenya. You adjust your game plan to defensive parts based on your opponent?
The three things we look at are space, situation, and intent. Space, it's about creating space, using the space, maximising the space we have. So the teams that don't get off the line are the easy ones to play because they play right. We play very direct, league style, try and go through. And the thing about that is it draws players in from either side, and you usually find you've got motions. So those teams, we always play our set players. The teams like South Africa that are aggressive, we've come up similar to us, but do even better on the outside and pressing. We try and play back at the breakdown. So if Douglas had just made the tackle, he got to his feet, we look to play back at him and tire him out, and he'd have to recruit somebody else himself. That's the principle behind it. So the teams that are aggressive, we try and double up on their tackles to bring them in, and then try and get outside. We haven't got the speed, like I said, to try and outstrip teams that are both quicker than us and aggressive. So we've got to find another way of manipulating. Like I said, we tailor what we do to suit the players we have against the opposition. If I had some, there's some really quick boys there. If I had a different team, people playing much deeper, trying to draw, because like anything, teams like to defend next to someone. It gives you security. If you know you've got a player here and a player there, you feel much better than if you've got 20 metres between you and the next guy, because then you feel isolated. And those teams are really good at getting deep, putting the ball back and making teams come forward, and then they lose touch with each other, and then they're open to the great steppers and the speed.
So speaking like that, you talk about when you have your control on man, and number 6, as I call it, moves forward. When those teams are spread wide, do you put yourself a little bit of a disadvantage when the teams are really spread you like that?
Well, no, we prefer defending against those teams because it gives that second to end man a lot more room to go.
Okay.
We try and fill the space. We try and, if the teams offer us space in attack, we'll fill it. If they offer us space when we're defending, we'll try and fill it the same. It's just like anything, you're always leaving yourself open to things. We try and, that's what we try. Like I said, it'd be nice just to have some set practices that you do that makes it better. The longer I've coached, the older I get, the more I realise it's gameplay that makes it better. We do lots of transition games. We switch from attack to defence. We're playing different directions, different things, just to make players think and be aware of if the game changes, what I'm the game's about transition. And all our practices are scenario based. We'll set up like we did there. There's only 3 defenders against 7 attackers. How do we deal? What do the attack do? What do the defence? And we never kick, ever, unless they bring a letter from their we never kick the ball away. We'll try and work it out even from our own line, because it's too hard earned and we can't afford to go. Unless, of course, you've got that great wheels, you can just kick through and they can race and beat them. That, like I said, that's set your tactics for the team you have. That's anything else? It's not rocket science, is it? It's a simple game, and it's doing the simple things well. We have to win our line-outs, we have to win our scrums, we have starter plays, so we have certain plays that we do off set piece and attack penalties we spend hours on, simply because it gets us on the front foot. And once we get on the front foot, then the hairy armers of this world can spot the direction to take it. and it is really about, you know, if we take the play over here and draw them in, it's not me telling them to wrap round to where the space is. I expect them to do it. We practice for them all the time. About what's the next play? This is the situation, what do we intend to do now? If all the defence is here, I don't want to stay here, walk round. You've got to see it and adjust straight away. So play quickly into the space and create.
Question, just for the junior coaches here and the varsity coaches, is there anything, it's an obvious question, I guess rhetorical, but is there anything we should be focusing on to ensure that we've got a team of players coming through?
The thing, just watching that there's some very athletic boys and girls who are natural invasion game players. I think I said at the start, the reason why we spend so much time on holding the ball and catching passes because it all breaks down if you can't do it. You know, with those practice set up, we kept having to stop to go back. You know, even it's the same with senior cricket. If you can't catch a pass, you can't play. Whatever you do, it just doesn't work. So, what I do and what you do should be the same thing. Everybody can catch a pass, so everybody can play the game as they need to. Because in the end, it's that iron team. When there's 40,000 people and 700 million watching on TV, and all you have to do is draw the player and pass, and they score and you win. That's a big pressure, and you need to know that that person is comfortable just doing it there because they've done it so often perfectly on the team. It's that iron team. I will do the right thing to make sure our team works. Always celebrate the little things because those are the things that, even, you know, 2 or 3 years ago with Samoa, we beat Fiji in a final, and the winning try came off. The scrum half of one of the players, he couldn't pass wind normally, and he passed this amazing 20-metre pass off the floor right to the first receiver. Executed a play we practiced a million times and never done it again. Everybody did the little thing right, and in the end we chain passed through the perfect pass and we scored in the corner to win the game. And every little bit of it, you know, everybody wanted to interview the guy that scored the try. It was all about the little things that worked, and that's the bit we celebrated. How amazing was that? High fives, because it's the little things that make the difference. Everybody contributes. Everybody. Good.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So thank you on behalf of all of us, I would say, everyone, yeah. Thank you for taking the effort to be out here for this weekend, not just for this session, but like we went and watched some high school games, we're watching Q Meta Cup, we're going to watch some all UA Rugby. It's great to have someone invested in the grassroots.
So, well, thank you. Thanks for
Thank you.
All right.